Hey, 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 all you folks on the internet, on the YouTubes, you comic fans, comic lovers, comic aficionados. Uh, it's Anthony Sika. I am the creator, the writer, artist of, oh my God. And I got a little special uh, project tonight. Little cool little thing. I'm going to be showing off, if I could get my camera right. I'm going to be showing off a massive haul. From this weekend. You guys are like, Anthony, what the heck are you doing? Ahoy, mates and mermaids. Well, forget about this. I tried to do a multi-camera thing, and I think I got it now. Let's try this again. Nope, not going to work. All right, well, we are going to start from scratch then. It's Anthony Sika. How you doing, mates and mermaids? Everybody there in YouTube land. This weekend, I had the opportunity to be a guest at the Daytona comic book convention, the Daytona Beach Comic Convention, and Small Publishers Showcase. That's right. It was this Saturday and Sunday. Incredible time. It was had by all. I was a guest all weekend, and I picked up some fantastic indie comics. That's right, indie comics. Not Marvel, DC. I wasn't trying to pick up a lot of Silver and Bronze Age stuff, but I had the ability and the wherewithal to make a lot of trades. You know what? I'm just gonna get off camera for a second, start this whole thing over. What a clusterfuck. Tried using a multiple camera system, and someone sent me a message, fucked my whole thing up, fucked everything I was doing up, and such is life. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip the script a little bit. Here we are. Here's my normal setting. All right, now, so where was I? You guys are probably watching this saying, wow, does this guy do this for a living? No, I don't. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys everything I got this weekend. I had a massive indie comic haul. Just a lot of cool indie stuff. And what I want to start out with is I want to show you, I picked up this Hollywood issue. It's the exploits of one Jeanne Basone. She was an original Glow Girl from the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. She was at the convention, and this comic was written by John Crowther and for Squared Circle Comics. And again, really good indie comic showing the exploits of Jeanne Basone, aka Hollywood. She autographed it. That's the perks of being at the show. And then here's a photo cover copy. Again, Jeanne Basone, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Hollywood, as she was known from, I think, 1985 to 89 or 84 to 89. Then I picked up a very crazy comic. I got two covers. One's an all-nude cover. One's a regular cover. And by the way, all these are what we call indie trades. I'm a guest artist at the show. I go see other guest artists. I give them some copies of my books, and they give me copies of their books. But I wanted to come on, show you my haul, and promote some of these books. By RMD Comics, we have Naked Cannibal Campers. That's right, Naked Cannibal Campers. And there is a movie of the same name. Let me see if I can open this up, show you a little bit of Naked Cannibal Campers. Kind of looks like this. Kind of looks like that. They're naked, they're cannibals, and they're campers. Really cool folks at that booth. Go check them out. RMD Comics, Naked Cannibal Campers, issue number 1. My good friend David Byrne works for Scout Comics, publisher at Scout Comics. Him and Francesca Fantini. David Byrne, Francesca Fantini. I had gotten the first 2 issues, and I had gotten a PDF when I interviewed David, but here's issue 3. Here is issue 4. Didn't autograph that one. Oh, yeah, he did. Here's issue 5. That's David's autograph down there. Looks like some Arabic lettering. Anyway, Stake issue 5. Francesca Fantini. Look her up online, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Stake from Scout Comics. Scout Comics. Pick it up. And then Stake presents Jessame, one of the characters. Really cool book. Really cool artwork. It's black and white, but with splashes of color to accentuate the beautiful, beautiful art style of Francesca. Francesca's stuff reminds me of Joelle Jones. Captain Comics is on with me right now. Then, Travis Gibb, Luke Stone. Luke Stone, artist who's, I think, having a little bit of health problems right now. I think he's got COVID, so send some good vibes his way. Voodoo Nations by Travis Gibb, Luke Stone, Florida guys. Voodoo Nations, Travis Gibb. Check him out. I think he's got a Kickstarter campaign for some new book called Expired. He also hooked me up with some copies of Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies, his other original series. I got issues 1 through 4. Again, this is Travis Gibb with art by Felix Navarro. I don't know who Felix Navarro is, and believe it or not, I haven't read the book, but I will. And also, again, Voodoo Nations. Now, you guys all know how much I like Outlaw Comics, like Red Room. Black and white comics, Ed Piskor, lots of violence, some nudity, some graphic sex, some what have you. Well, good buddy of mine. Please look him up online as often as you can. Facebook, look him out. Look him up on Instagram under Rat House Comics. It's a Mr. Tim Tyler. Here's his book, Grail 1. It's amazing, amazing artist. Grail 1, Tim Tyler. Gotta look him up. Got inside back cover illustration by Tim Vigil. Tim Vigil stuff inside Tim Tyler's Grail. You don't get more Outlaw than this. Again, black and white with color accents. Grail 1. Let me cover the nip. Grail 1, Tim Tyler. Autographed it. Was kind enough to come to the show just to bring me these books. In addition to Grail 1, he hooked me up with The Collected Fiends of Fearland, which is a book he publishes. I mean, you know, look at this stuff. Tim Tyler. If you don't know the name Tim Tyler, you don't know about original Outlaw Comics. He's OG Outlaw Comics. And then this book is really, really gorgeous. It's called Age of End. Tim Tyler. Age of End, 6 months until the end of time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork. Tim Tyler. I believe he wrote, drew it, inked it, published it. I know the feeling. Folks, this is indie comics. This is indie comics. This is underground, indie, outlaw comics, which is what I want to talk about tonight. Going right from there. Now, this is stuff that I picked up at the Daytona Comic-Con. Faust. Okay. Faust, Act 6, Love of the Damned. I have a few issues of this. I have 1. I have 4. If you don't know the name Tim Vigil, then you should. Because this is what it looks like. Tim Vigil's Faust. Okay. Pick this up, by the way, for $5. So most money I spent. Now this one, I'm going to cover this a little bit. This is Faust. I'm going to show you real quick what she's doing. Oh, that's enough. Faust is amazing. If you're not familiar with Faust and Outlaw Comics from the early 80s, mid 80s, you really should be familiar with Faust. That's what the artwork looks like. I'm sorry, I had another camera. I was using another camera to position as a second camera to show you the artwork. But my positioning of the camera got all screwed up in the beginning of the video, and I lost it. Got to meet a guy named Bill Black this weekend. Bill Black, publisher of FemForce. Been publishing for 50 years. 50 years. So you say you're indie. You say you're a new creator. You say you're Comicsgate. You say you're whatever. FemForce, baby. Okay. 50 years. 1971 started publishing Bill Black. AC Comics out of Florida. I don't know if AC's been around for 50 years. But I know Bill Black's been publishing indie comics for 50 years. Gave me a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool swag. Oh, Miss Victory stuff. Little trading card in here. This is his newest issue. So, you know, the guy's like in his late 60s and he's still publishing comic books. AC Comics. This is a really thick book, $5.95. Ms. Victory, Night Vale, She-Cat, Femforce. I'm a huge Femforce fan. Now, I talked about Bill Black and Femforce, and I've shown Femforce books here on the show before. Femforce is not actually bad girls. They're like good girls. 1950s type good girls. And here we go. Good girls. Night Vale. Ms. Victory. Hellcat. Stuff like this. Gorgeous, gorgeous Bronze Age type stuff. Wonderful art. Wonderful writing. Bill Black, the publisher, did a lot of inks on this stuff. Incredible, incredible artist, writer. Hanky did most of this stuff, but this stuff is, you know, part 1, The Fungus Among Us, Femforce, with Ms. Victory there with some awesome cleavage. If you haven't read Femforce, go look through your dollar bins. Go look through your back issues at your LCS. Find some Femforce. You will not be disappointed. And I even have a little bit more Femforce. Ms. Victory, by the way, this character dates back to 1941. That's right, 1941. Why is this character not huge like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman? You know, 1941. Hey, why isn't the Phantom as big as Superman, Batman, as big as Billy Zane? Indie comics, folks. There is more to life than Marvel and DC, and there's more to life than Image, IDW, and Boom. There's a whole world of indie comics out there, like Paul Gulacy's Eclipse Comics Valkyrie. Eclipse Comics was so good. Great stories, great art. This is written by Chuck Dixon and Paul Gulacy with inks by Willie Blyberg. Okay? You can't beat stuff like that. You just can't. Here's more Eclipse Comics starring Valkyrie and Airboy and Skywolf. Again, some Chuck Dixon goodness. The Air Fighters meet Sergeant Strike. Eclipse Comics. PC Comics, a brand new title that I'd never seen before. It's not new at all. It's called Vanity. PC Comics, early 80s. In fact, 1984. Here's issue number 2 of Vanity. Fantastic artwork. Show you what the interiors look like. Really cool interiors, if you like that sort of stuff. This is a Stone Age space saga from 1984. Artwork is phenomenal in it. Artwork is done by, I don't even know who did the artwork because I can't find the credits, but it's amazing. Pacific Comics at the same time was publishing The Rocketeer by Dave Stevens, 1984. Vanity. In fact, looks like Dave Stevens drew that cover, but it's not. It's a guy named Will Mugnoit. So Will Mugnoit, Vanity, number 2. Here's something cool. This is an adults only Arrows comic. That means it's dirty. Wallace Wood, also known as Wally Wood's Canon. It's like a hard-boiled spy thing with adventure with a lot of naked chicks. The Vampiress. Luxora, I believe is how it's pronounced. I don't know. Anyway, Brainstorm Comics. This is a 90s book. Cool vampire. Kind of very much like my own Venerella. Luxora and Mike Wolf's Widow, which, God, we've seen Mike Wolf's Widow make a comeback over the years. This is the nude edition. This I'm very happy about. I was just showing you Valkyrie, issue number 1, and this is the collected edition of Valkyrie. Chuck Dixon, Paul Gulacy, and Willie Blyberg. And the cool thing is, when you open it up, it has a numbered print signed by Chuck Dixon and Paul Gulacy from Eclipse Books. This is 1995 when it came out. 19, not the year, but the price. This is from the late 80s, 1995 cover price. And I picked it up for $1, so you can't beat that. The spirit of indie comics and comics in general. Will Eisner. City People Notebook. Bunch of sketches, kind of like Mad Magazine type stuff. Again, $1. So I had like 16 people watching my last video because I had Jeanne Basone on there from Glow. And I see tonight I have one person watching because it's just me showing off comic books. Well, there you go. Got Will Eisner, Edge of Genius. Another Will Eisner book with a collection. The Hawk. Really good stuff. Again, this is not stuff you will find on Disney Plus. Got some graphic novels. Survivors. Blind Beginnings. Very interesting graphic novel. Very wonderful, wonderful art. And again, I apologize. I had a camera set up to show off all these books and actually go through them. What are you sorry about, Mikey? Nothing to be sorry about. You know, sometimes you have technical issues. Anyway, some of the stuff in this graphic novel, really, really, really cool stuff. Guy named Steve Warren published these. Artwork in it is very nice if you're into black and white indie stuff like that. Here's another Survivors. This is from 1988. A very cool book. Again, it's probably about a 150-page graphic novel. A lot of zipatone being used in here. Very cool artwork. And again, I apologize. I had a camera set up to go through these books and show off pages, but shit happens. Some things I haven't opened yet. Picked up for $1. Judge Dredd, Destiny's Angels. It's a collected edition from Titan Books. Anybody, and it's still in the shrink wrap. Hasn't even been opened yet. But anybody who knows me knows I love Judge Dredd. I love 2000 AD. I love Judge Dredd. And, you know, you can't go wrong. And then even more Judge Dredd. Mega City Vice. I am the law. Okay. Judge Dredd, baby. Huge Judge Dredd fan. Again, haven't opened this either. Still in the shrink wrap. Titan Books. These books were printed in 1990. And they're in shrink wrap. They don't look like they've ever been read, ever been touched. And they're in my hands. And again, scored them for $1. Now I have a for mature readers book from the year 1986. Mike Byrne book for all you Mike Byrne fans out there, called Ginger Fox from Comico in 1986. Cost $6.95. You can tell it's from the 80s by the hair, the fashion, the Wayfarer sunglasses. Mike Byrne, Ginger Fox. Haven't read it yet. Haven't looked at it yet, but it's got a lot of cool art. Very 80s, very stylized, very Mike Byrne, as you can tell. Now, here's what I really wanted to show off. I picked up first prints Love and Rockets, number 2, 1983. Love and Rockets. Groundbreaking, amazing stuff. Love and Rockets, 1983. First printing. $1. Love and Rockets, number 3. Look at this artwork on the back. It's by the Hernandez brothers. 3 brothers. 1980s, early 80s. Put these books together. They're an anthology. Had shaved mohawk girls before everyone had shaved mohawks, shaved sides of heads. Wrestling stuff in here, crime stuff, amazing artists, amazing technique, amazing writing. For all you folks looking at this, Alan Moore loved Love and Rockets. Okay? Loved it. Alan Moore. So you go. All you fuckers out there who swear by V for Vendetta, Watchmen, Killing Joke, think it's the best thing ever written. This kind of stuff that Alan Moore was reading in the early 80s. Love and Rockets, number 4. Ongoing series. Low Cost was my favorite one. Early wrestling. Some lady wrestling. To go with the theme I started with Glow. A lot of lady wrestling in these books. Amazing artwork. For mature readers, by the way. Lots of sex, violence, naughty stuff, but done very tastefully. These books are punk rock on paper. Okay. These guys were very, very, very influenced by the Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Dead Kennedys, all that culture, that skateboard culture, that youth culture, all the California stuff that was going on. Love and Rockets, punk in 1983 on paper, like punk rock on paper. Issue number 5, Love and Rockets. Unfortunately, getting a little thinner. Price getting lower too. This is $2.50. Got lesbians, got wrestlers, got everything. Love and Rockets, issue number 5. Now by monthly. So when it went by monthly, it got shorter. Pages, it got thinner. Fantagraphics books, by the way. Got Love and Rockets number 6. And this right here is my favorite cover art, back cover art. How good is that? Love and Rockets, number 6. It's like Jesus' band there. That's amazing. 1983, independent creations, printed by Fantagraphics. 1983, 84, Love and Rockets, issue 7. That's fantastic. Love and Rockets is groundbreaking, life-changing. It's also eye-opening. This kind of stuff was being done in the early 80s. Love and Rockets, number 11. And then I've got a big jump. Went to 42. Got a DOA shirt on there, which is pretty cool. Number 38. They're giving each other a breast exam. Number 36. You got a little bottle of a little cup of tequila there on the pregnant belly. Got a little Monster Mash. Again, Love and Rockets. Love and Rockets. Last issue I picked up. Picked up all his issues of Love and Rockets for $1. Now, if you're just joining me, please understand that my broadcasts are not this boring, this unorganized, or haphazard. I usually do a show with guests. I have a scheduled topic, and I entertain for a good hour and a half. But truth be told, I had a long weekend. I had a long day. And I just really wanted to show off the comic books I got this weekend. If you're just joining me, I'm sorry. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the dislike button. I don't give a fuck. Leave a comment, send nudes. I don't care. But I had a long day, had a long weekend. But I want to close by saying something very important. Support indie comic creators. They need your support. And I'm not talking about myself, but indie comic creators that are slogging it out, creating stuff, and putting their blood, sweat, tears, and heart into every single page that they write and draw. My buddy Tim Tyler, go look him up. Go buy all his Kickstarters and all his Indiegogo campaigns. Everett Hartso, formerly London Night Studios, he makes new Razorverse books on Kickstarter. Go back him. Go back Lucifer Storm out of the United Kingdom. He has run several Indiegogo campaigns. He has a new book, Ed Gein, Demon Hunter. Go support him. Mike Navarino. Well, now I want Naked Cannibal Campers. Well, Mike Navarino, RMD Comics, Naked Cannibal Campers. Go pick it up. Go look up RMD Comics. RMD Comics. R as in Robert, M as in Mary, D as in David, Comics. Naked Cannibal Campers. Really nice guy. I think guy and his wife sitting there at the table. And they also have a movie of the same name, Mikey. Naked Cannibal Campers. Go support RMD Comics, Naked Cannibal Campers. Go support Silverline Comics. I got a book, Steam Patriots, by my good buddy who I can't remember his name that was on the show last week. That was I packed it with my own books, and I haven't emptied my my inventory from the show yet, so that's why that was in there. But look up Steam Patriots by Silverline Comics, Scout Comics, Wild Mercury Comics, my own comic book company, Rat House Comics, Tim Tyler. And then if anyone's not familiar with Tim Vigil, go online, hit up his Patreon, buy some original art, buy whatever he's selling. A lot of these folks are as talented or 20 times more talented than writers and artists who are working for Marvel and DC. And I'll add Image there too. Okay. And Dynamite, Dark Horse, IDW. I'm not even going to talk about those companies. Boom, whatever. Marvel and DC. Mediocre comics for mediocre comic readers who are living in the past or are enamored with the Marvel Disney universe or the DC Comics universe, Warner Brothers universe. I love Batman and Wolverine and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and all those characters, but the heart and soul of the comics that are being made about them is being dragged through the mud and dragged one step closer every day to the tomb that will encase those characters forever. Because the people writing them, making them, they're not their characters anymore. So the Roy Thomases and the Stan Lees and the Steve Ditkos and even the Todd McFarlanes and the Jim Lees and the Rob Liefelds and the Frank Millers and all those folks, they created characters. And whatever they created, they put their heart into. All the people writing comics now are just like cover bands. They're a bunch of guys and girls playing with other people's creations, reinterpreting, redoing, and sometimes destroying the history, the soul, the essence of the characters. But this is not about negative, negative, negative. I hate this, I hate that. I want to tell you what I love finding. I love finding things like naked cannibal campers. I love finding properties like Steak. I love Love and Rockets. I love Faust. Because these characters and these books, especially these independent books, whether you're on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, whether you're a comic skater or not a comic skater, whether you're all about the social justice or not about it, it doesn't matter. What matters is the conviction that the creators of these books, like my own, even my own book, Oh My God, Misty America, Venerella, these are all my creations. They're my songs, so to speak. I'm an original creator, and I'm going to treat them right because they're mine. Look for independent books, okay? Go online, go find independent books, independent creators. And you know what? I'm going to be a little controversial. Someone online who you really like, YouTube personalities. And by the way, I've been guilty of it. There are certain YouTube personalities who I really, really find entertaining. But more than that, I enjoy their art style. But if they have 5,000 backers and have raised $100,000 their first day on, I don't know, a crowdfunding campaign because they launched a YouTube video or they were on a popular YouTube stream and they just raised over $100,000, I don't really need to send them my $20. And it's not because I don't like them or I do like them. It's because maybe I want to give $20 to someone who's trying to start their career or trying to get their art out there. So again, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I know that the artists and artists like me who crowdfund and make a couple $1,000 probably could use the support a little more than someone who's earning six figures. Now, do I think you get what you pay for? Yes. Sometimes. But there's a lot of folks crowdfunding who are very, 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 very entertaining, but subjectively, in my opinion, neither their artwork or their stories are that good. Take my buddy Tim Tyler, for example. I think, my opinion, he's a better artist than half of the people I watch YouTube videos on. He does campaigns and he barely gets funded. So, don't cry river, but he's a really talented dude. And he should be making six figures for his stuff easy. So, if anyone wants to check out someone really cool, go check out Tim Tyler, Rat House Comics on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Go say hi. Tell him Anthony Sika sent me. And show me some of your art. And can I buy your book, Grail 1? Or your Fiends collection. And another Tim, someone that Tim Tyler actually worked with, Tim Vigil. Go support Tim Vigil. You'll hear all about Tim Vigil on Cartoonist Kayfabe and several other YouTube channels that have interviewed him. He grips Faust, really great stuff. That's what he's known for, and he's an amazing artist. Not the most extroverted guy, not the most charismatic guy, but an incredible artist. So go check him out. Jim Ballant, always bring up Broadsword Comics. Go check out Jim Ballant and Holly Golightly there. They are actually in your LCS every 2 months. They come out with a comic. Everett Hartsoe, Ricky Carolero, a lot of those bad girl pioneers from the early 90s are doing Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaigns to crowdfund books. And they're quality books. So, just because a book doesn't have a Marvel or DC logo on it doesn't mean it's not worth your time. In fact, I'll argue that it's worth more of your time because the underdog, the underground, the independent creator, that's where the fun is. So, anyway, next time you're in your LCS, go look up some old issues of some FemForce. Go find some back issues of Love and Rockets, which you won't find. I luckily found them for $1 or $2, and they're expensive as hell. But anyway, go have some fun, read some indie comics, create indie comics, and stop being a sheep.